I'm very happy for this event, which is really the first one we're seeing of this kind here at Polytechnic. I think it's very useful. It's very important for each of us to know what our colleagues do. It's typical in academia, not only here, not only in Italy, to learn about our colleagues of the department, about their research, about their projects when we go to international conferences. I think this is an anomaly that is basically limiting our capability of doing, things together. You certainly know I started trying to coordinate a little bit the research of the Politecnico under our previous rector, so 4 or 5 years ago. And the new rector has given me the mandate to continue along this line, trying to basically make and allow people, enable people to work together, especially in projects which are multidisciplinary. What you do here is development of, today a term which is very much in use is key enabling technologies. We know that ICT has been for a long time a discipline per se. If you look at the big picture, today the technology we do, I say we do because I belong to the computer engineering department, but I'm much more close to some of you than to the computer scientists. What we develop is technology which is enabling applications in very many different fields. So we believe that on one side, we should keep this technology development, vertical technology development on our own, but at the same time, we should offer our technology to other fields in order to exploit such key enabling technologies. This is what I've been trying to enable here within Politecnico, trying to have groups that are working together in different disciplines. We've been doing this for European projects in the past few years. We've been trying to do so also for regional projects. You may remember the project in the automotive sector, the projects in the aerospace sector. We have been doing this in the last couple of months on the projects which target a call from the Ministry of Research, the cluster projects. We will have the smart city projects with the deadline in November. So this is to say that, of course, we want to promote the collaborative research across different departments, but in order to do that in a good way, in a successful way, we really need to know what we do and what people are able to do. Many people in this room have been already involved in this process of aggregation and collaboration, but I hope we can enhance our capability of participating to initiatives that not necessarily are just funded initiatives. There are also initiatives that simply put people together, aggregate people together for the sake of it, for a common interest, for a common research goal. But again, it is important to know what we do in order to be able to know what we can do together. So I really welcome this presentation day, where most likely all groups in the department, which is, by the way, I cannot say now the largest department, not anymore, but certainly is, in my opinion, I should not say that, but the most important department in Politecnico. I think there's not so many other people from other departments, so they may not get too mad, but I think but you are wearing a different hat, so it doesn't matter. So I really think we should try to push this type of initiatives, presentations, sharing of information more and more, because I think this would create opportunities for working better and working more together. Because in the end, of course, each of us has his own interest, his own little field of research, fundings, contacts with companies. But if you look at the big picture, and unfortunately I've been doing this for a few years, so I can have a little bit of forecast, just the competition by single individuals as well as small groups is not paying off. You do a big effort with your own small group and you can get 100,000 euro funding, and then if you get together with a larger group and you have a larger network, you can target much larger projects with much larger fundings. And of course, I don't like always to talk about money, but we all know that with no money, you don't do no research. Research means traveling, means going to conferences, means paying students, means buying equipment. If you have no money, you don't do research. The time of the Archimedes type of research where you just sit in your office and do your research on your own with your own PhD student is over. If you want to compete with the large academics in the US, in Canada, in China, in Far East, you need to be organized. And I think we have the potential for doing this here. We have a large variety of excellent researchers. We need to be a little more working together, a little more a team. Sometimes there are fights, sometimes there are things which are not working well in the beginning, but my experience is that once you enter in this mechanism, then things get better. So my hope is that this is the first of a long series of events that will help us in knowing each other much better. And from there, we can certainly try to do a better job for ourselves, for our groups, for the institution as a whole, because everybody will benefit from this kind of, let's say, collaborative approach to research. So I don't want to steal more time to the presentations, which are going to be very interesting for the day, and I return the podium to Giovanni.